Hi, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading for May 2024. Um, the sun is shining, the grass is green, spring is in the air. Um, I don't know why I'm saying all this. I just have a feeling I have a feeling that your energy is lifting, that things are getting easier. Even if you're going through difficult things right now, I feel like there's something changing. It could be planetary. Anyway, so I'm excited to get into your reading. This is going to be for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Many of you are intuitively guided to a reading, and you're not sure if you have Sag in your chart or not. You're just trusting your intuition, and good for you. Some of you are in love with the Sagittarius, whether it be platonically, romantically. Also, remember you'll receive messages um, because I read through my guides, your guides, our guides, and they know. They know you're going to be here. You know what I mean? And by the way, I'm saying May, but I want you to keep in mind, I don't feel like, like they're, it's kind of like the world's clock type of thing. I just feel like a reading will find you in the perfect timing. You find it in the perfect timing, just when you need it. So, um, let's go ahead and get into your reading. We're going to use four different decks. We're going to use the Gilded Tarot, and that will be to clarify or to go deeper. It's interesting. I still need to do your person on your mind reading, which is totally love reading. So I'll probably do that right after this reading and see how they connect. But yeah, so keep your eyes open for that. But anyways, let's keep going. So we're going to use Mother Mary for her beautiful words of wisdom, but we will do this over the connections, over um, whatever comes out. Interesting, I already said connections, so we'll see. And then I'm going to use two tarot decks for your main spread. So I'm doing this. I started doing it in March, and I kind of love it because it's really showing us synchronicities. I feel like it's giving you more confirmation. Again, don't be afraid to ask your guides, let me know if this reading is for me, through a number, a color, whatever, whatever. Um, but then trust that, you know what I mean? And not every reading is for everybody. But that doesn't mean like the next one or that what I feel is like there's messages, whether the full reading resonates or just there's certain messages for you. But I hope the whole reading resonates. So we're going to use two different decks. We're really going to go deep. We're going to use the Tarot of Dreams, but we are going to start with the Psychic Tarot. All right, I'm going to bring the lid down, and everything's pre-shuffled, but I'm going to give it a shuffle or two. I don't know why, Sag. I feel so excited about doing your reading. It's like I'm feeling the energy before we even begin. So let's see what's going on. Let's give him a cut. All right, and let's begin. Deception and Envy, number 7. It is the first card. And, as a reading goes, the first card is usually what's being eclipsed out, but it is here. It could certainly talk about energy around you who, it doesn't have to mean if it's in a relationship, it doesn't have to mean cheating. It can mean lying. You know what I mean? Like lately, I've been picking up like someone telling a lot of like little white lies, and therefore I have a hard time believing anything comes out of your mouth. So we'll see. We have material and spiritual prosperity, 76. Someone may be envious of your work, of your ability to create, of your spirituality. All of a sudden, that's what I feel. I feel like someone is envious of your abilities. This could be someone you work with and like they see, your hard work and they see the prosperity from it and maybe they're not quite receiving that prosperity. But I feel like probably because they're not putting the work in. And I would also say just keep your eyes open for anyone who's like looking over your shoulder. It reminds me of like taking a test and someone's like looking over my shoulder, copying my answers. It almost feels like someone just doesn't want to do the work themselves, but then they get envious because you are reaping the benefits of your hard work. Interesting. So let's keep going. This is the energy of victory, by the way. Well, look at that. Victory and success. Six of Pentacles is what I meant. Um, Spiritual prosperity, but not just spiritual prosperity, material prosperity. And this person, if you look at them, they're like looking out on their world. It's almost like they're in their castle and they're looking over their land. Some of you may have a goal to like buy land, buy a home, and maybe you've been saving up. And again, maybe this is why someone is envious of that. And then victory and success. And I have to tell you, I often feel, first of all, if you just look at this image, this person's blowing the trumpet because there's something they've accomplished. It's almost like I'm telling the world. I feel like in this energy also that this is really where I feel like someone has a platform. 66, by the way. And other people are like paying attention to what it is you have to say. I often feel in the six of wands that it is about, why are they paying attention to you? Because it's actions. You could be speaking about actions that you've taken. I feel like the eyes are on you right now. And yeah, maybe a couple there, maybe just one that is not so happy about that. But oh well, because you're over here blowing your trumpet. All right. We have the Ace of Swords. Listen, some of you, you're using your voice, and your voice has become very important. You have two cards, well, really, you have three that really speak about success, material and spiritual prosperity, victory and success, triumphant success. Wow. Wow. All right, let's keep going. Three swords under the seven of swords. Interesting. We have the Seven of Cups under material and spiritual prosperity. All right, and we are going to put these aside and bring in the Tarot of Dreams now. But look at that, the Three Swords under the Seven of Swords. I want to say also be careful about anyone who, like, because I feel like you are on to success. I don't know how you could not be. Even if you're just beginning, this is definitely confirmation to keep on going. You know what I mean? Keep going. And I love that, yes, material prosperity, but also spiritual prosperity. And I get this feeling that, as I become, let's just say, as my success keeps going, deepens, I feel like there's, again, like someone may come out of the woodwork, but I don't feel like in a good way. It's almost like they're crying on your shoulders, like, "Oh, I don't have any money. Help me." And because you are good-hearted people, I could see where, I feel like where maybe before I would have been like, "Okay, okay, I'll try to help you." And I kind of feel like this may be an ex or a family member type, or it could be a friend. Definitely someone I feel like you know. But it does, and for some of you, this is someone that you work with. But I do feel for others, this could be like a past relationship, and here you are moving towards a successful time in your life. And then, of course, that's going to bring out certain type of energy, right? Where, again, I feel like I'll hear the woe is me energy first, and then someone's hands are out. And you may be making that decision. Do I continue to help? Do I help this person? And listen, I want you to follow your own guidance, your own intuition. But I kind of feel like this is because I feel like if I help, then it won't be a one-time thing. And I feel like this person doesn't feel like they're doing much within their own life. So that's why they're not having success. So if I give to them, but yet they do nothing with it except spend it on, things that don't matter, how am I helping? I'm not. All right, well, let's keep going. But I do see you questioning that. Should I or shouldn't I? And it's interesting, it's coming through the Seven of Cups, so this could certainly be something that you were emotionally tied to or that you're still emotionally tied to. But I do feel like, I'm going to hear the woe is me story, and I can either buy it or I can be like, well, wait a minute. What are you doing to better your life? Hmm. We have the Knight of Wands. Passion. It's almost like you've reached a certain platform. You find that success, and then you're off to the next platform. You know what I mean? It's like, yes, this is success for you, but this is not the end. Really, it feels like it's just the beginning. Like you found your calling, so to speak. And I feel like because we do have spiritual prosperity, that tells me that your spirituality is part of this. Like, maybe you are now believing more and more in energy and like, what my intentions are. Like, I'm thinking about the intentions that I'm putting out into the universe. And I feel like the universe is answering you back. So I feel like even though I feel like I have reached a mountaintop here, I feel like I'm on my way to reach another one. It's almost like somebody, this is what I used to do. It's almost like someone, and this may just be for one person, where you go in and you help a business that's failing to then succeed. And maybe like, okay, now you're succeeding, I'm off to the next. Hmm. We have the devil. The devil is mirrored by the three swords. Well, first of all, it's called Capricorn, your neighbor. But if it's not a Capricorn, this is temptation, really. But if you just look at the image, it's like this person is in this cage, right? And they feel like they're stuck in that cage, but really the door is wide open. Why? Well, it's the devil's influence. It's the devil's, making this person feel like they're trapped. But I feel like, they've got to break through that. And I do feel like this is tying back to this person. Sagittarius, I would just say be careful who you give your time and your money to. Because I do not believe this person when they come in and have their hands out. I do not believe that they're going to use that, whatever you give them, if it's money, to help better their life. Quite the opposite. Someone may be like, I don't know why I'm picking this up, but like someone could use that money to buy drugs or alcohol or, something of a lower vibrational energy. So no way do I think that my money, if I give it to them, is going to better their life. Uh-uh. Now they may tell me that, but I'm not buying it. I don't feel like you're buying it. Well, you're questioning it, and I feel like that's just your heart. But at the same time, I feel like I hope you don't. But again, you need to do whatever you feel is right for you. All right, let's keep going. It's funny how I was just saying how the grass is green now. Well, it's also lawn mowing time also because I can hear lawnmowers now. All right, like taking its good old time. Queen of Swords can be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Doesn't have to be. She is mirroring deception and envy. We have the Three of Wands. Look at you. Look at you. This is optimism. This is, it's so interesting because I feel like this person, like this person's life and your life just feel night and day. Listen, I could have started in this energy, but I broke myself free. I understood that, what was tempting me into lower vibration, it was illusionary. And now this is you, you're looking out towards your future. This is where you're putting your intentions out there, but then you're just letting it be. It's like, I trust that what is meant for me will find me. And it does in the Three of Wands. It's a beautiful energy of optimism. We have, well, hello, Ace of Cups. Under the Knight of Wands. Well, we have the High Priestess. That's your intuition coming under the Devil. And then we have the Two of Cups, Soulmate. Now, does that mean this person is a soulmate? Listen, there could have been a soulmate. Not all soulmates are meant to come in forever. Some soulmates come in and teach us very valuable lessons, but it can be difficult lessons. And that may be part of this. But I have to tell you, this feels more like, because I almost feel like I'm not in love with this person. Like, I don't feel that I'm in love with this person. Maybe I was. Or if it's a family member, I may love him, but I feel like I'm tired. I'm tired of him, right? And I love the Queen of Swords here because, she's the defender of truth. And even though there's a mask on, her eyes are wide open. So good luck lying to this queen. And I do feel like this is you. Now, for some of you, yes, this queen could be related back to the Seven of Swords, but I really don't feel that. So if it is for some of you, it's for very few of you. I really feel it's more about, you know, like there's no way someone's going to be able to like pull the wool over my eyes anymore. So I feel like as you were questioning what you should do over here, I feel like you come to the answer that I'm not I'm not, I may give you advice, but I'm not giving you money. I might help give you direction, but I am not giving you money. Okay, so that's one energy. Now, do I think this Ace of Cups has anything to do with that? I don't. Because again, Unless it's family, you can you still love your family. That doesn't mean like everything is hunky dory with them. I feel like this is talking about someone new. And I'm saying that because it's coming under the Knight of Wands, and the Knight of Wands is coming into the reading. So, passion, desire can be fast moving, can be the energy of someone just sweeping you off your feet. I almost feel like I'm not even thinking about love. I'm thinking about my career. I'm thinking about my finances. I'm becoming more spiritual by the moment. And even though maybe yeah, I could enjoy love, it's not what I'm thinking about. And I'll be damned if that's not when love always shows, when we're not thinking about it. And here it is. And it just so happens to be a soulmate. Now, it's also coming over the high priestess, your intuition. It's like your higher self is guiding you towards this. And what beautiful energy of finding prosperity for yourself and then falling in love. All right, let's look at the bottom of the decks and then we'll bring in the Gilded Tarot. We have the Five of Cups, full underneath that. It's almost like somebody wants a new beginning. I kind of want to relate this back to the Seven of Swords because, again, it's on the bottom of the deck. For some of you, though, it's interesting because I feel like, it's interesting because I feel like this could be someone that I want to say that but I feel more they know you. And I'm not 100% sure what I mean by that. It's like maybe I know them, but I feel like for sure they know you. So this could be someone of your past, because when you think of the Five of Cups, it's the energy, it's asking you, first of all, it's a five, where is your focus? Well, here the focus is on what I have lost. I don't see you in that energy. I just don't see you in that energy. Like, I don't feel you in that energy. There could be someone on your mind, but I don't feel you in the woe is me type energy. And by the way, when this person makes that change of no longer just focusing on what I've lost, but starting to think about what's yet to be gained, there's two cups. Well, here are these two cups. And the reason why I don't feel it's this person is because the Fool's underneath that. So to me, that means, or I feel it means that I don't carry toxic energy. It's interesting. It's almost like someone's got a crush on you, but you don't know it. All right, let's see what's on the bottom of the Psychic Tarot. Accelerated motion. Look at her. She's looking right at the star. It's like she's making a wish. But then accelerated motion. And that wish is coming back to her. And I feel like if I was looking for accelerated motion, my money sector, that's where you're receiving it. Even if you're just beginning at something, I still feel like you're going to find that material and spiritual prosperity. Both of them. That's powerful. That's really a powerful energy. Okay, let's go ahead and bring in the Gilded Tarot. And let's go deeper. All right, give them a cut. And we're going to start at the beginning, but we're going to read it as a whole. So we're starting at the Seven of Swords, the Magician. Now, let me tell you something. The magician is usually very good energy. It's like, what we want. It's the manifester, right? But this can also be the trickster coming over the Seven of Swords. For sure, it can be the trickster. Ah, it's interesting because I feel like you have powerful energy. But I feel like in your spirituality, and your abilities. But I feel like this person in the Seven of Swords, where their abilities lie, are tricking people. Hmm. I definitely feel that. Then we have the Nine of Swords. So someone's energy just doesn't want to let you go. Nine of Swords, it's worry. It really is unnecessary worry. And I just feel like I can't give all this energy to this person. It just feels like they're robbing me of, or they have the potential of robbing me, not just of my energy, but of my money. I feel like saying, don't give in. But of course, I want you to do whatever you feels right. But everything does not, I mean, it doesn't feel right here. It just doesn't feel right. And what a shame because I feel like here you are, in like creating prosperity for yourself, but yet why does there have to be someone attached that I feel is more envious? But it's like as you make money, their hands are out. So I feel like a simple no, like, no, it's not going to happen. No more. That may be enough because I feel like, in a way, I feel like I've got to cut ties to this energy. Now, if it's like a family member, that's harder to do. But at the same time, you got to do what you got to do. All right, well, let's keep going. I feel like there might be someone also who it's like the reason why I give is because I don't want other people to think I'm selfish. But yet at the same time, this person is just not being honest. And I feel like other people are falling for that energy. But I feel like because you know it now, you're not. But I still feel like it tugs at your heartstrings. Hmm. All right, we have the hangman over victory and success. Wow. Let's see why. We have the Three of Cups shown in reverse, but it didn't come face up in reverse. I'm going to remember that. My God, it's like someone wants to steal your joy. Um, this person could have a drinking problem. And it's like if I give them money, they're just going to go buy alcohol with it. And I'm getting tired of talking about this person, but I do feel like they're having an effect. They're having an effect in your life. It's almost like, where you should be celebrating your efforts and, each milestone. And listen, I feel like this is temporary because, again, I feel like with this queen down here, her eyes are wide open. She demands truth. And again, I feel like I don't feel like this person can pull the wool over her eyes. I feel like they have, and they have, and they have, but not anymore. So if this was an old love relationship, there's no more love on your end. But you do have love. All right. So, real quick, the Nine of Swords, I feel like if I can deal with that Nine of Swords, then I can turn that Hangman around, which is really the awakened state. I mean, I had the Three Cups in the upright, but it did show in reverse, but I can turn that around and I can rejoice within, my victories, my successes that I'm having. Even if they're just little, but they're all building to something big. You know what I mean? And that's what I feel like, if I can let go of that worry, and if it's due to this person, just know that, like, they're being a trickster. I do not feel like whatever they're asking for would be used in, let's say, a high vibrational way. And I feel like you just have to know that. I just want to like separate this line from this line. All right, let's keep going now. We have the death card, card of Scorpio, but it is the card of endings, and that is exactly what I was hoping for. That is the closing of doors. And look what follows it: justice. Some of you were in a committed relationship with this person, could have potentially been married to this person. But I feel like, justice to me is cutting of ties. And I kind of feel like I already cut the ties, but for some reason I didn't close the door behind me. And because I didn't close that door, I left a little bit of it open. This person finds that crack in the door and then keeps having an effect on your life. So I feel like your spiritual team is saying you need to close that door and lock that door. Sorry, this door is now closed. I do feel like I've got to cut ties with this energy because this energy is literally having effect on all the good things that are happening in my life. Like I'm not able to enjoy them the way I should. But I feel like the minute you lock that door, close it for good. Remember, the death card talks about death and then rebirth, transformation. I mean, I'm happy to see justice right now, to be honest with you. And I'm very happy to see the death card right now. It's almost like someone's crocodile tears. I don't buy them anymore. And I don't know why, like, I'm really putting down this person, but I have to give you what I feel. Look at this beautiful Empress. Why is my screen so dark? Mm, Empress. Well, Empress definitely receives the fruits of her labor. The Empress is very creative, and I definitely feel like this is you. Very creative. She does keep her heart open. So yes, there's this difficult energy over here, and I do feel like your heart stayed open, and that's maybe why you felt like, okay, I gotta give, but at the same time, yes, have your heart open, but the Empress is also very powerful. And she doesn't allow like no one can pull the wool over her eyes. I don't know why my screen won't go light. And I love the Ace of Cups right below her because this is someone, you know, first of all, the Empress is someone who receives epiphanies many, many times, really all the time. And I mean, we all do, right? This is like receiving the signs, the guidance, but she is someone who really pays attention to it. I also feel like sometimes the Empress is guided to a certain, field. And really, if I feel like she can be like the leader. She really is the leader of the people, but she carries empathy and compassion in her heart, but I feel like not to a fault. I feel like for a while, to a fault, but not anymore. Because now you're sitting in a much more powerful type of position. And it doesn't even have to mean like, oh now I'm the boss. It doesn't have to mean that. I just mean like within yourself. If anyone's gonna have success in love, it would be the Empress. Some of you may have become a single mother. Could be father also, but she does represent the mother figure. And maybe that's the father. Ugh. Ugh. Maybe what they're asking for is like what do you call it? Like alimony. Look at this, the three swords coming right over the devil. So it's tying the devil right to that seven of swords. Because the three swords is right here. We have, hello, Emperor. Yeah, some of you, I feel like you might have been married. Because we now have the mother and the father. Ace of Wands. Inspired action. That's what the Empress is always receiving. Inspired action. And she knows that when she gets inspired, that she's meant to bring it to the world in whatever creative way she chooses. I don't feel like when we're sent epiphanies, like, then it's like there's a guidebook with it. No, divine trust us. So I also love that this is coming over the three of wands. Optimism. I know my ships will come in their due time. And then the ace of wands, well, that feels like a ship. It just so happens to be sitting next to the ace of cups. And justice is making even more sense now because for some of you, literally, this could have been a divorce, like the mother and father. And, the Empress goes on to do really wonderful things, where the Emperor seems to be maybe a little stuck. But, and maybe that's why I kept feeling like I want to cut this person out of my life, but there's for some reason I can't 100%. Well, maybe it's because it's a father figure. But that still doesn't mean you should be giving, giving, giving because they have to learn to live their own life. They gotta learn to live without you. It's almost like you left someone and they're like, Jesus, look at her go. Look at her go. Look at the success. This wasn't the woman I married. Well, yeah, it was. It's just, it was all held back, or I spent my time raising the children. And now I'm going to spend the time on myself. Doesn't mean I'm not still spending time with my children, but you know what I mean. All right, keep going. We have the Queen of Pentacles. Literally, I think my screen is just going to stay dark. Mm. Queen of Pentacles coming over the ace, excuse me, the ace of cups. It's interesting because she's holding this big pentacle in her hand, and I almost feel like it's a symbol of success. Doesn't mean that I'm done earning money, doesn't mean that I'm done, right? Because I feel like new things, right? It's again that energy of like, and this is kind of a metaphor though. For some of you, I feel like it might be what you do, like where you go in and you help a failing business, and I do, and I bring them back to the top, and then I'm off to the next. It could be consulting work. I don't, whatever it may be. And it could also be like spiritual type businesses, where you're helping others to like reach their mountaintop. Maybe you're helping them to overcome energy that you've overcome yourself. Queen of Pentacles is someone who her specialty is really reading between the lines. I often feel she'd be a great attorney, right? Because it's like, if a contract is put before me, if there's any hidden, like those little hidden clauses, I'm going to find them. Some of you, I feel like you may be falling in love with someone who, you know, does something similar to what you do. Like it may actually be in your workplace where you meet someone and I just feel like you fall in love. I mean, it is a soulmate energy and there is a passion connected to it and your intuition's connected to it. But I also feel like this is like your higher self guiding this to you. Maybe it's like within that Three of Wands, it's like success feels good, right? My material world is feeling better and better. My spirituality is growing and growing. And maybe I do, like I'm saying, eventually I do want love to come in, but I know how I want it to come in. I don't want it like this. Been there, done that, learned that. And I also feel like you're looking for someone who's very grounded. All right, well, let's keep going. Not that I even feel like you're looking, because I feel like this is going to be more of a surprise than anything. All right, well, hello, Fool. And then the Nine of Pentacles with the Fool. Wow. So it's coming over the soulmates and the High Priestess. So first of all, I feel like it's letting us know that I don't feel like you know this person. Well, you do because they're a soulmate. So, you've known him for eternity, but maybe not in this lifetime yet. The fool means that you're putting all this behind you, all this bullshit. Bye bye. Even if I still have to deal with this person, I'm not dealing with them in the same way. Like, I feel like there's no way that I'm going to consider, especially after this starts to move in, the soulmates start to come together. There's no way that this energy is going to be able to, like, ache. Uh-uh. You're putting your past behind you. And I love that what comes out with it is the Nine of Pentacles. First of all, it's a card of Virgo. It is about success. It is material harvest. And it's the harvest because of the work that you've put in. Man, do I feel like let's just say your next love is somehow wrapped around your money, but not like this person. I mean, they have their own. And I also love the Nine of Pentacles because this is really the sense of independence. And listen, Sagittarius, I feel like if you don't feel independent, doesn't mean like, I mean, for your freedom lovers, but it doesn't mean that I always want to be alone, but I want to be free to do, the things that call to me. And I feel here I was restricted. And that may be why that person's so surprised. Like, holy shit, watch her go. Or him. But that's because of all the restrictions that were placed upon me with you. If you were asking for someone who is grounded, well, you got it. This person could even, I feel like this is you in the Nine of Pentacles, but I also feel like it is your soulmate. So I feel like it's saying you're becoming super grounded and really successful. And, this is at the bottom of the reading, but you have success everywhere. Well, this is just to like bring it home. If you do your own business, like how I felt some of you do consulting work, what a great omen. Because the meaning of the card is successful self employment, but it's also material harvest, receiving the harvest of your hard work, but also love. Wow. I'm just going to say, I would not be surprised again if, you could certainly work with this person or you work in the field, like, a similar field, but I feel somehow you're going to come together initially. It feels like because of some type of work, but then I feel like, but then we fall in love. Then we fall in love. And even more important to take on the fool's energy. Because who wants to bring this energy into this new love relationship? I'm sure we've got to talk about it because it is an issue, right? And I don't know that it's going to go away. I think it's more about you claiming your power over them, you giving clear no's to them. You're letting them know that I have literally closed the door to our relationship. If you are the father of my children, yes, that door will always stay open. But I am not your person anymore. Not me. Don't even call me your person. And then down here, and I feel like, man, you deserve this. You deserve this. Not only do you deserve it, but you have like passion wrapped all around it. You have the Knight of Wands and the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Cups. That's all moving into the soulmate energy. And why is it at the bottom of the reading? Well, probably because this energy and this energy are night and day. So I've got to clear this energy. And when I say clear it, I just got to make a clear statement that I am closing the door to your energy, And again, if I'm tied to you in some way, then that's the only way we're going to stay tied. But other than that, I'm not your bank. I do not love you. You know what I mean? Like, and that sounds rough, but almost feel like I've got to use those words. Like, I've got to be like really to the point. Like, I am no longer giving to you. But I feel like that all happens before this happens. And that does feel like divine timing because I can't imagine, like, like you meet someone new and then you're talking about, oh, yeah, my ex, keeps asking me for money. And with a new person, be like, well, just tell them no. But then you're like, but I feel sorry for him. I feel like that would make this person be like, you feel sorry for them. Are you still in love with them? Like, I feel like it would bring questions to really what is meant to be free and clear. And that's why I feel like divine works in, I want to say mysterious ways, but I get why one energy needs to be cleared so that this can be all that it can be. I don't think it stops it, but I do feel like, let's let it be all that it can be. Okay, let's take Mother Mary over this. It's like I feel like I don't even need to go back and clarify anymore. Like I am getting it. The only thing where there may be somewhat of a question is who is in that Seven of Swords, and I definitely know it's a trickster. But is it like a father figure? Is it the father of your children, or is it your father, or is it, whoever it may be? Normally, when I see the Empress and the Emperor in the same reading, I'm excited about that, but I'm not right now, because I am not reading him in a good light. Sorry. All right, Mother Mary. Well, okay, that didn't take long. It's like she's been waiting and waiting. Devotion, devotion. As I fully commit to my values, relationships, and God, I am clear about what to do next. Devotion. Don't forget about yourself, though. Faith, my granddaughter's name. I have faith in God to heal this situation. Forgiveness. You know, you know, interesting because forgiveness is not easy. And I do feel like the forgiveness is talking about this person of the Seven of Swords. Now, when I say forgiveness, doesn't mean I forgive you, therefore I take you back. And I don't even know that you need to speak words to that person. I feel like, just first of all, I feel like for sometimes it's forgiving oneself, for the things that we think that we have done wrong or that we haven't done. But you know what I mean? It's like learning to forgive oneself. Like, how did I end up there? Well, I know I ended up there before. I am willing to release old resentment so that I may enjoy my life. And then hope, hope. I trust that God has a wonderful solution and brilliant plans for me. Well, we already know that that's the truth. That is the truth. Wow, Sagittarius, what a beautiful reading. Hard, but beautiful. You know, it's like, it definitely feels like I've come from hell and I'm heading towards my heaven here on earth. And I'm not even going to keep going into this energy over here because I feel like you'll know who that is, but I also feel like don't give them any more time because this also wants to open, but not just love, success for you. It's really covering all your bases. I feel like that door, lock it, throw away the key. I love you guys. I thank you. And I will see you next time, either in our lives or at our table. Thanks, Sagittarius. Oh, now my screen goes light. All right. Love you guys. Thank you.